popular than my other videos. Got about, for right now, about 6,000 views, and I put my dad's letter on there and a little bit of my mom's letter. About every couple times a month, I get responses, and the longer my video stays up, the more responses I get. Typically, the responses are lots of pity, lots of I'm sorry that your parents are doing this. Your parents are assholes. I even had somebody say that I was disrespecting my mom. I've had people, mention scripture to me. It's nice, that there's lots of support. I feel like I don't want to hear it anymore. I don't want to hear people tell me that they're sorry for me. I want to talk about the healing that I've had. Right now, I'm not talking to my parents. It got to a place that we couldn't agree on pronouns and what name to call me, and it was really triggering me that I had to put some distance there. And, well, I mean, they're not talking to me either. We're just disagreeing on it, and it, it's okay. Um, I've seen people just grovel for their parents' approval to a place that it ruins their whole life. And if you get to a place that you feel like your family is never going to accept you, there is life outside of that. I don't know. I've heard of stories of people that parents who eventually come along, and maybe my world, but I don't think so, and I feel like I have to have some acceptance, um, and I want to handle this in a way that's really graceful, not all of YouTube just bashing my parents. I mean, because I understand what it was like being in that state of mind of just being afraid of queer people and of transgenderness and um, yeah. Uh, I feel like I've been able to reach out to people that I may not have been able to reach out to if I hadn't been put in such a place where I needed to reach out to. I have been able to make all different types of friends and lots of people that have just taken me into their home. I still consider myself an orphan, which I'm not exactly sure that's a negative word, because it's almost like I don't belong in one particular place, but as for right now, I feel like I belong everywhere instead. Like, almost like that person at high school that doesn't fit in anywhere, but yet they're friends with everybody. That's kind of how I feel. I have places that I can spend the holidays with, people that are willing to take me in. Sometimes I feel like I'm watching people for potential chosen family. I'm reluctant about creating chosen family, but uh, just all the love. I guess the queer community is probably just in general my chosen family. I've been dating a girl for the last 10 months, and I met her parents, and they're really cool. They're really accepting. She didn't get to meet my parents though, but she met my church family, and she met my a lot of people in my queer community. So I mean, she was basked with a lot of love. People that just love her. And yeah, maybe it wasn't like family, but she met all these people who've been picking me up the last 2 years. I just I really need people to know that that you're not nothing without your parents. You're loved, especially within our community. There's so much love in the queer community. You have no idea. I wrote something. Let's see how long ago. Yeah, in April. I said, and I put it on Facebook. I said I daydream about having kids someday. One day I will tell them that I love them unconditionally, how they should be themselves, and how there will always be a place for them at my table. Then I will add, if for whatever reason there is separation between you and I, if you can't make it to my table, if your abandonment by me, if for whatever reason my love has forsaken you or I'm not around anymore, know that there is a love that is bigger than mine, that there is a belonging greater than family. I will tell them how family is important and to be committed, but also that it isn't everything, that there is a greater belonging outside our family. It's called humanity. From day one, I will tell them how not only me and God love them, but also the universe loves them. And when their friends come over, I will treat them like sisters or daughters or brothers or sons or some other gender fluid expression of family, showing them a sense of belonging outside the family unit. I will look for ways to show them and tell them that they are a part of the universe, the family of humanity. This bond isn't easily broken, and I will tell them they belong. To make friends and become a part of strangers and foreigners. Even though I will have created a family unit they can learn to depend on, I never want to enable a dependency on that family unit. Blood is thicker will never be said in my house. It isn't true. And sometimes when it is thicker, it's a curse. A curse used for religious separation. Separations of races and nationalities. This is where we are taught to curse people who are different. This is where we are taught separation. I was taught that family was everything. And I watched my mom grovel for her mom's approval. And I saw religious beliefs separate them. And I saw the pain in her eyes. That she promised to herself that, and me, that she would never do the same to me. Then I saw me grovel for her approval. And I saw religious beliefs separate us. The promise I will make to my kids will be to point outside myself. I will point to a God outside of the one I believe in. And I will point to a universe that is more open than we've been taught to believe. So, yeah, that's what I wrote back in April. So yeah, it's painful, like having your family gone, especially when you've been taught that they're like your everything. When they're stripped from you, this is stuff that makes people lose their mind. It was such a learning curve. If you're in a situation like that, and especially if it's you come from a religious family and this is like a religious thing, you need to make sure you get as much support as possible, because you need people around you, even if you're afraid of them. Because I was like afraid of people. Pentecostal background, it just teaches you that you're separated from people and that people are evil, and I was afraid to reach outside my little I don't know, family, I guess, my little circle. But there's all types of love, and especially the queer community. There's just so much love and so much. I found so much of God, so much of family in places that I least expected. I hope that I'm not too rambling too much, or that I'm making sense. It's been a while since I talked. So yeah, I think I need to put something out there positive. Not just this letter that's just horrible and having people write me every day saying they feel sorry for me. I hope that I get like some positive stuff that like, helps me. That you're not alone, even if you feel like you are. Like, I really felt alone. I don't think I have words to even express it yet. But if you're looking at me thinking, oh, this is just his situation, his family rejected him, and then he was able to find all this community and love outside his family, and that could never be me. I think that you're kind of underestimating the power of your own human spirit. Um, we are a part of each other, and we have a way of picking each other up when we fall. Um, Sometimes when you get away from toxic people, you'll find yourself having more of a sense of belonging to others than if you stay with those toxic people. Ultimately, when you're like loyal and true to yourself, everything gets better. I visited some old friends the other day who were friends of mine before I came out before I came out, and they described my transition as it was like the lights came on. They said it was like I came home, that I am finally here, and coming out is has been like that to me. It's been this beautiful thing that I get to wake up and be myself every day. Like all the things that I sacrifice to be myself, it's just it's so small in comparison that I get to be myself. Um, yeah, I've experienced depression over this loss. Not to mention, there was a divorce on top of that that I went through. That was all just really tough. My transition was tough, but ultimately it's been like the most beautiful 2 years of my life. I love being myself, and I love finding those people in the world that love Seth, that love me for who I am, that want to be my friend. Um, yeah. So if you're wondering if you should come out or not, and you're afraid of what your family, or if you're gonna lose your family or not, I'm not gonna be one of those people that's like, well, eventually your parents will come around, or your parents will be fine with it. Well, you don't always know. You don't. I mean, um, so us transgender people, we're strong people, and a lot of us will overcome a whole lot to be our true selves, and it's really beautiful getting to know other transgender people and hearing about their stories and their resilient spirits, and just how beautiful we are to overcome so much and still just have our light shine. And I just say, being yourself, there's just it's worth all of that. So, like I said before, I hope that, yeah, this is a positive.